Is media optimization killing the craft? I should explain a bit of background here. So for the better part of, say, like about 2 decades, I worked in all forms of different positions in the advertising or marketing space, dealing with media, different types of content. Like I mentioned, just about 2 decades by now. Throughout that experience, I've learned many different practices in regards to what it takes for a specific type of content to really try and get the attention of the intended audience at any given time. Some of you might be familiar with this. If you're not entirely aware of this, you must have seen this at some point. Say, for example, like when you're watching a trailer on YouTube, a lot of times the thing's going to come up, like it's going to show a lot of the exciting things in the first, say, like 3 to 5 seconds, and it says, like, the trailer starts now. And then the actual trailer starts. So it's like it's front loading all this exciting stuff to get your attention and your interest in order to want to watch the rest of it. So there's a lot of those types of practices, like when it comes to like types of like digital ads. The typical method there is you have to try and get their attention in the first 3 seconds, otherwise you've completely lost them. So things like that. So it's as if the hook of any type of creative is no longer earned. It's really as if it's like front loaded as insurance in these cases. While there are no overt evidence in regards to how this is affecting music, in my personal experience, I've found myself trying to optimize the type of craft that I do, applying a lot of the same practices that I've had at work, because I've been at it for such a long time that like that muscle is still essentially there, and it comes into practice anytime I'm writing something. It's most prominent when I'm working with others. I find myself needing. So I was recently invited to join this band. And of course, they're still in the early goings of things. They're still writing stuff. So of course, I asked them to just like send me their stuff. So I'd like to have a listen to what they have, and let me see if I can work on it and do my takes on it. And immediately, one of the first things I felt it needed was to really shorten parts here and there. Like I felt that took too long to get to the chorus, or like the intro ran too long. Like, again, mind you, these are like really early demos. So it kind of took me aback, where like I had to stop and recognize it. Like, oh, whoa, like, what the hell am I doing? Because it gave me pause for concern, where I was trying to think if this is really what it needed, where it would work in an attention-seeking business type of sense, but would it really work when it comes to art? Because again, like these types of practices, it is a very professional thing, and especially in advertising and marketing. And trying to apply it to art, or it's increasingly being applied to art, at least in the marketing sense of it. Like I said, I was concerned. But I really have to always like stop and remind myself that streamlining may work in a professional sense, but when you're applying it to music, it can feel like you're amputating a composition. So there's a lot of reasons where that can be not the right way to go. The funny thing is, like, music is essentially already shaped by constraints. If you play the guitar, you play an instrument, you're dealing with scales. Things like the 12-bar blues, or even things like they say like your perfect pop song is about 3 minutes. But I mean, I love a good 3-minute pop song. But like I love like 30-minute like rock operas too. So it's about trying to figure that out. It's trying to like really recognize those types of those ideals that you can still achieve in the realm of art and craft, be it music or making a movie or anything like that, writing a book. You kind of have to stop and recognize that optimization really only serves the attention-seeking aspect of when you're trying to sell art, but not necessarily when it comes to making art in itself. So this is really me just trying to reckon while I've long left the industry, but like those reflexes have essentially remained, and I really have to tend to stop myself sometimes to not overdo applying those in when I'm working on my craft. So it's not a matter of like trying to unlearn it, but you really have to be mindful of not wanting to overdo it, especially when you're working on a song, because music in itself is a very time-based art form. Like I mentioned, it's already constrained by a lot of different types of constraints, but you really need time to build up to where you need it to go. Like, it has the luxury to take that time. It's not a 3-second ad that you're always served with, or whatever type of content that you're dealing with. So you really have to learn to make that distinction as you're working on this type of content. So I leave the question to you. Like, where do you feel modern optimization practices are creeping into the things that you love making? Feel free to drop a comment into the video. Let's have that conversation.